March is in honor of Marielle Franco, who is an Afro-Brazilian, bisexual, feminist, and politician and human rights defender who was assassinated on March 14, 2018, for standing up for Black people in Rio de Janeiro, standing up for Black people all over the world, right? And this is also in honor of amazing, badass Black women and gender-expansive people in Latin America and the Caribbean. And we are so happy to be in Black feminist solidarity with our sisters and siblings across the globe. This is what this is all about, so thank y'all for being here. This has been a labor of love for us. It has not been easy, but we're here and we're doing it, and that's what real Black feminist solidarity is showing up and showing out, right? Not just talking about it, but being about it, right? And doing it. And so thank y'all for being here, and I'm gonna pass it off to my beautiful co-chair, Trinice McNally. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. So it's really hard to speak and not to cry with emotion, right? And seeing so many beautiful people that love Black women, right? Who love gender expansive people, who hopefully are wanting to be in community with each other in ways that transform and heal us. So you'll be seeing me looking up and down, right? So I can stay centered and grounded. So my name is Trinice McNally, also known as Ifa Bumi Ade Tutu, Efon Tola, Oshun Toyen, Omoni Jogun, Egbe Adiola. And we're here today to defend Black women and gender expansive people. For us, it's not a cute slogan, not a hashtag. It's a political priority, a spiritual mandate, an agitation, a hope, and a dream. Right? When we started this in 2020, 6 days after Oluwayu Toyin Salah was murdered, and for BL asked DC organizers to turn out marches. And a couple of us who are still here today said, we're gonna do it. And we had 6 days. And we had no idea if people would show up for Black women, because historically that has not always happened. And it ended up being one of the most well-attended marches in Washington, D.C. And because of that, Jaimee and I were able to start a campaign with some of the other gender expansive people and Black women, feminists that are here, called the I Support Black Women campaign. And I got to do some work with Virgil Abloh, who is no longer here. And I think it's also important to think about the ways that people do put in the effort to be in right relationship, to contribute, right, and to transform our communities in the best ways they can. And I remember the day before I walked out of my home, I hit my altar with my good sis, Jujube. And we said we needed to get our machetes. And we didn't have anywhere to put them. And I said, let me grab my off-white belt. And this morning I did the same thing. I said, let me grab my machete. Right, so Caribbean folks, African folks, Latin American folks, right, Central American folks, right, a machete is just not a piece of armor. It's how we cook, it's how we clean, it's how we protect ourselves and also our families. So when you see these machetes around here, you let 12 know, right, that we're not wielding these to be violent, right, but we're carrying these to keep us safe, right, and to keep our communities safe.
With Breakthrough, Nakisha M. Lewis. All right, you have to give me a second to gather myself. Thank you, Aniele, thank you. Before I even say more about who I am and why I'm here, I really just want to say thank you to all of you. You really could be anywhere. There are so many other people who are not here, and it's quite seldom that people actually show up and pull up for Black women, for Black girls, Black gender expansive people, Black trans people. So thank you. Thank you for being here and for being a yes and a stand for us. As was said, as I try to gather myself, I'm Nakisha, and I'm the president and CEO of an organization called Breakthrough. We're a global human rights organization that uses media and pop culture to shift the narrative around our issues, and specifically to end gender-based violence against Black and Indigenous women, girls, and gender expansive folks. But I'm here as a Black woman today. I'm here as someone who's a Black woman for Black women, period. And here's the deal. The reality is that we're at a pivotal time in our country, right? we recognize that Black women, Black girls, and Black gender expansive folks have been under attack for a really long time. And I don't need to read the stats to y'all because you know, you live this every day, but just be with me for a second. In 2020, the first year of the global pandemic, when we were inside, we back outside now, but we were inside. And that year, every single day, at least 5 Black women were murdered. Imagine that, the year we were inside. In this country, at least 1 in 3 Black trans youth will attempt suicide. And at least 45% of Black women report that they have experienced some form of violence, most specifically sexual violence. And the list goes on. So that's why we're here today, right? Understanding truly what's at stake for Black women. And even though this is the reality for us, we tend to be erased from the mainstream narrative around who is being harmed and who deserves protection. I believe it was Bell Hooks who said that no other group in America has so had their identity socialized out of existence as have Black women. When Black people are talked about, the focus tends to be on Black men. And when women are talked about, the focus tends to be on white women. Today, we change that. Today, we shift the narrative. Understand that to be in defense of Black women is to be in an unwavering and our right to dismantle all systems that wreak havoc on our community and threaten our ability to live full, free, and self-determined lives. The reality is that what we can't see, we can't humanize. And so it depends on us to make sure that we move ourselves from the margins of the margins, those margins created by white supremacy, to the center of everyone's consciousness. And listen, I know you're tired. Damn it, I'm tired. But today, we can't rest. Today, we take everything we have. We take energy from the folks around you, and we show up. And we're here to say that together, our collective efforts will ensure that not only will Black women, girls, and gender-expansive people be free and stay free, but we're going to live the best damn lives that our spirit intended for us to live, period. Again, thank you for pulling up. Thank you for being for Black girls.
Yes, thank you, Nikisha M. Lewis.